To start things off this Monday is our reporter in Duffield.
All right, y'all, here we go. We are getting hyped up. Monday Night Football. The 3-7 Steelers versus the 4-6-1 Colts. Hell, even I can't hype this game up. I'm bored even talking about it. Back to you guys in the studio.
NFLPA claims the NFL team owners are colluding to prevent teams from offering fully guaranteed contracts.
They allege that the franchise owners colluded from offering similar deals like Watson and Cousins.
The reason they believe this is that no other quarterback or high-profile player has signed a fully guaranteed contract.
The NFLPA has asked the arbitrator to award damages and terminate current players' contracts, such as the ones who just signed this past offseason. Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson, Derek Carr, Stafford, Rodgers, to name a few. This is a very serious topic that needs to be addressed. This is, however, corporate America at its finest. So if it takes the NFL to fix this issue, I'm all for it, but I doubt anything happens.
Matt Rule was announced as Nebraska Cornhuskers' new head coach, signing an 8-year, $72 million deal, offsetting roughly $40 million still owed by Carolina for firing him.
Matt struggled in the NFL, and going back to the NCAA is more than just his desire to rule. It's about the kids.
After Derek Carr's first interception on Sunday against Seattle, linebacker Darrell Taylor ran onto the field and started blocking for his teammate.
This went unnoticed by officials.
The Browns sit at 4-7 and 3 games out of the wild card race, set to get Deshaun Watson back from suspension this week.
Watson, being away from the field for 2.5 years, how quickly can he get back in the swing of things?
We know the Browns want to go to the postseason, but after Watson's lawsuit, it might take him a while to get off.
OSU loses by 22 to Michigan, who were 8.5-point underdogs.
OSU decided to run a 3-4 defense, then realized in order to stop the run, they need to blitz both safeties.
Remember that play, Rob Ryan, at the end of the game where he gave up that long touchdown? He did it just one time. Well, that cost him his job. Except Ryan Day got stuck in the movie Groundhog's Day, did it a total of 22 times.
Our bench sheet had a rough week. However, the big edge grabs the Giants at +9, making the total just shy of 90% for the season.
This week, however, only one game got through the algorithm, so I guess you bet it. Denver Broncos were the most bet-on team to go to the Super Bowl this preseason.
Denver Broncos are better than only the Texans with a record of 3-8.
I guess they couldn't hack it. And for the reason Nathaniel should get the buck this season.
OBJ was escorted off a plane before takeoff after not being able to wake up when asked to fasten his seatbelt.
Everyone assumed OBJ did something to get thrown off a plane, and they just want to make sure he was okay.
You know, he's still surprising everybody. Only OBJ can get in trouble for doing nothing.
Jets finally bench the historically bad quarterback, Mike White, who has been drafted by the Dallas in 2018 in the 5th round.
White completed 22 of 28 throws and had a passer rating of 149.3, throwing for 315 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Mike White is now the first Jets quarterback in the last 30 years who has thrown for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns more than one time in his career.
First game was when he started against the Cincinnati Bengals, throwing for 400 yards and 3 touchdowns.
I guess he'll just be cut this season because that's how the Jets do. NASCAR news, they're disputing a tax bill of $529,520.
Ohio's Supreme Court rules in favor of NASCAR, stating that any state tax for broadcasting races is unlawful.
Only NASCAR gets this privilege because of the business model that funds the tracks and the teams itself without state funding help.
NASCAR, a nonprofit company protected by historical references, will continue to race as a demonstration of the prohibition.
America. Beers, cars, burning of fuel. This is a protected right now. And legally speaking, this is the only sport that's been put together correctly. NASCAR, planning on expanding the schedule, could host races in Brazil, Mexico, and Canada.
This is the first time stock car version of racing will be in other countries.
Lamar Odom, a self-described woke black man, says the gorilla mascot is racist.
In a quote from Lamar, "In basketball, bro, Just like, come on, bro. But you know what's so really crazy about it? They just tried it because they wanted to get the fans involved.
I mean, that's how mascots are designed. However, the Phoenix Suns mascot is a gorilla. I can't defend. According to The Ringer, the Bulls are the NBA's most depressing team.
Paraphrasing and skipping most of this 2,000-word rant is the Bulls used to be good and now they are not.
Anyone living in the 90s and still think the team is going to be as good as they were when they had Michael Jordan and Scottie Pips shouldn't have a job. I'm a Jets fan. You don't see me writing a 2,000-word paper talking about the Super Bowl III era and what went wrong.
I would love to see you write a paper.
Live golf versus PGA is starting to ramp up.
The belief of the two leagues working together has become hostile and might split the players among leagues.
The fans might get a better product this season having two separate leagues. However, the players picking which one they want to play for could end up like the NCAA, where Pac-12 and the ACC have different representations of what it means to be undefeated.
Things can get ugly for golf. Honestly, though, golfers getting angry and fighting with each other has honestly already been done. Right, Happy?
And now for the clip of the week. Remember, if you want to submit your clips and or questions, there's all kinds of clicky things down below. Dude, that's something I would do.